On the home page of your portfolio, now that you've chosen your template, what you can do is customize it and make it your own. What you need to do first, though, is make sure you understand what your website is doing. So I'm going to go to Preview, and you can see that this has a moving video in the background, which is about the environment, which probably isn't appropriate for your website. So what we're going to do is go back to the editor, and then you can choose to delete the slideshow if you want. I know it's a slideshow because it says slide 2 of 3. So if you have one of those, you may want that if you want it to say things about you. But if you don't, then you can click on it and delete it. You can add your own text box on the left-hand side by going to Add. And then you notice your choices are text, image, etc. So I'll choose text and a heading and drag that in there. Then I'll go to Edit Text, and you'll want to put your own name. And then other things you want to include are Appalachian State University. You can choose your concentration, anything else you'd like to add about yourself. You can change the font color if you want, but first let me show you how to change the background so that it doesn't have the video in it. What you're going to do is right click away from your desktop, and then you notice it says change strip background. If your background's not a strip, then what you can do is just change the background. I can choose video if I like the movements, if I find one that's appropriate for a professional portfolio, or you may want to have an image background, maybe with your image that you can choose if you want to upload it, or you may just want to choose a color. So you can play with this and get your portfolio like you want it. For example, I might, instead of say donate now, I might want to put my degree in here, but this is really a button, so I would probably get rid of that. And then just add to your text box with your name. And you can put the rest of your information. You can stretch it out, center it if you'd like. And then you need to make the pages for your portfolio. So on the left, if you go over to Menus and Pages, you'll see the pages that you have. The home page can be called the home page, and it can stay like that. Another page you're going to need is About Me page. So I can change the name of the text here to rename it. And you can call it something different if you want, like Meet Me, etc. Then on the news page, notice how the icon looks a little different. So that means it's some kind of page that's a little bit different, and it works differently than the other pages. So I would probably delete that one. If you've got a page that's a blog page or a news page, this one was a blog app, you won't be having a blog. So you can get rid of those. Also, I have a members page. I would probably get rid of that because you don't really need a forum. Then another page you can rename. Mine says Events. You can rename yours. You're going to need one that's a digital citizenship project. So you can type digital citizenship. And then you can also have another page that's going to be called Smartboard Project. So I'm going to add a new page by going down to the bottom, Add Page. Then I can click on it and rename it. And then you want a Smartboard lesson page. Click on Done. And you also need a contact page, which you probably already have, that says Contact, and you can move it if you'd like. If you don't have a contact page, you can add one. I'm going to slide this out so it's not a subpage. Or I'll just slide it up there. So your first page is your home page. The second one is going to be About Me, where you're also going to be putting your first project, which is Introduce Yourself. Your next project is your digital citizenship project. Your next project is your Smartboard lesson. And then you'll have a contact page so a future employee who might be looking at your portfolio can contact you and hire you. Sometimes people like to have an overview page like this projects page to kind of explain what the projects are, so you could drag that up if you'd like to have it. But it looks like it's associated with all of these. So I think what I would do is go ahead and delete all of that. And these are hidden, but I would go ahead and delete those. So now I've deleted those extra pages, and then these are the basic pages that you need to have. You can add more if you like. Sometimes people add a page that tells more about themselves, or they may have a resume page. That's up to you if you'd like to do that, but these are the pages you definitely need to have. On the home page, now that we've made our pages, we can close that. You also need to have a media statement. So I can choose one of these text boxes to edit, or if you don't have a text box, you now know how to add one. You can copy and paste the media statement from this week's module, and then you can make it small. It doesn't have to be large at all. It just means that you followed copyright laws and didn't use any resources without citing them. Then if you want to link to Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you can, but most people don't. So I would click on that and get rid of it by hitting the delete key. Also, the year that says 2023, you can put the year that you graduate, or you can just take this out if you want, or you can leave madebywix.com and take out this part if you'd like. If you'd like to have your email linked at the bottom, you can, but of course you want to take out anything that's not appropriate, such as subscribe to the newsletter, etc. So if you get your home page cleaned up, that would be a good start for it. If you have any extra sections like these columns, you may want to delete those also. Or you can change them and reword them to fit your portfolio. You also want to add a photograph of yourself. You can change this later if you want when you student teach, but for now, just have a photograph. So to do that, you go to the plus sign on the left and go to Add. And then you'll choose Image. And then you can upload your own image. So I'm just going to add an image that I have of myself there. And then you can make it smaller if you'd like. And put it wherever you'd like. So what you can do now for this homework assignment is play with your home page, get your photo like you like it, put the text in there, and get the pages made. You want to be sure to save frequently because Wix can be a little unstable and shut off. You've already saved yours, but I'll go ahead and save this one. In fact, I think I'll call it Summer. Then when you're ready to turn it in, preview it and make sure that it looks like what you want. And then you can go to Publish. That way I can see it. This is the address that you turn in. So you could triple click on that and copy it and then go to Done. You can still change your website after you publish it, but be sure you publish it so that I can see it. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.